you guys? It's Nesha Nichelle and welcome back to my channel.
She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was.
So, as you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be coming to you guys with a little story time about how I got into a car accident with my ex. Like, Lord have mercy. Yes, so I got into a car accident with my ex. So honestly, nobody knows this full story except for me, my ex-boyfriend, and my boyfriend now. Honestly, not even my mom, like nobody knows this full story. So I figured, you know, like I just come on here and get a little story time and tell y'all the tea, because I've never told anybody. Me and my ex dated for about 3 years. Like it was like a little high school relationship or whatever. So you know, it was very off and on. It could be very toxic at times and stuff like that. So we had got into this huge argument and we stopped talking for like 3 weeks. And of course, you know me, I was like heartbroken and I was like crying and I was trying to like do anything just to like for us to be talking again, for us to be good. You know, I wanted us to be back good. So yeah, I wanted us to be back good. So you know me, I'm gonna do anything for us to get there. One day, out of the blue, he texted me. Well, I don't think it was out of the blue. I think we had been talking probably since like the night before or something like that. But he texted me and was like, you know, I'm gonna be chilling with my friends or whatever. It's gonna be some girls there, some guys. Like, if you wanna come pull up, you can come. And so, you know me, I'm like, of course I wanna pull up because I want this thing to work. Like, I'm finna go pull up, you know, we finna get back together. I just had it all in my head. So he was like, yeah, you can just meet me at Quick Trip, and from Quick Trip we can go to the house so we can all chill together. It's gonna be like a little, it wasn't even gonna be like a kickback. It was really, we was just really gonna be probably chilling, watching movies and stuff like that. My mom knew we had broke up, and like I think like probably like a week or so before, I was crying over him and she knew it. And so I really did not want to tell my mom like, hey, I'm going to hang out with, because she would have let me go. But you know how you go back and forth with somebody and you just really don't want, you know, your parents to know or anybody to know like, oh yeah, I'm going back. Like, yeah, he made me cry, but I'm going back. So that's kind of how I felt. Like I just didn't really want her to know. So I lied. And I'll get into that later. But so I lied and I was like, Mom, I asked her, I was like, Mom, can I go hang out with my best friend? You know, we're just gonna be chilling or whatever and I'll be back later. So she think I'm going to my best friend's house. So of course she thinks it's fine. She's like, yeah, and she's like, no problem, go. And she would have been almost the same way. Like she would have still let me go with, but it wouldn't have been like, yeah, and you should go. It would have been like questions like, where y'all going, what y'all doing, blah, blah, blah. And she would have still let me go, but it's just like, you know, I didn't want to go through that. Plus I did not want her to like know I was going with him because I was just crying about him like a week earlier. Mind you guys, this is like the first time I ever like lied to my mom about where I was going, because I always thought stuff like this would happen. I'm like, well, what if I get kidnapped and she don't know where I am? Like she always told me that. She's like, what if something happens to you and I don't know where you are? So like I always told her the truth about where I was going. That's just what I did. So she thinks I'm on the way to my best friend's house, but I'm actually going to Quick Trip to meet with my ex-boyfriend. Mind you, this is like a little rainy day, you know. It wasn't raining super duper hard, but it was like it was coming down. This is my first car, you guys. Like I'm a new driver. I was either 16 or 17 at the time. I don't remember. Either 16 or 17. If I was 17, I had just turned 17. I really think I was 16 though. Yeah, I was 16 because the car accident happened in January. My birthday's in April, so I was 16. So I'm driving to Quick Trip. I get to Quick Trip fine. So I meet him at Quick Trip and he comes, I park and he comes to my window. He's like, you know, what's up? Just follow me, you know, we're going this place, this place, this place. So I was like, okay, you know, no problem. I'll just follow you and wherever you go, I'll go. We made a few stops and everything was fine. Like the rain was fine. It was still coming down, but I was driving fine. I'm a new driver, but I was still, you know, cruising it, making it do what it do. And so we get on this road, right? Everybody knows this road. If I can tell y'all where I live, everybody knows this road. But the road has like a little curve and then it has like a ditch. But people be speeding around the curve, like speeding. It was, okay, so it was me, my ex, and a car in front of my ex, right? Whew. The car that was in front of my ex, while he was going around the curve, he literally like slammed on brakes. Like he was like, I don't know why. I still to this day do not know why he slammed on brakes. And then of course they made my ex slam on brakes, and then they made me slam on brakes. Now let me tell y'all about my car. It was like a 1997 Nissan Altima. Mind you, this is 2016. And so my car is like well over, almost about 20 years old, I think, if I'm doing the math correctly. I'm horrible at math. But almost about 20 years old. And my brakes was, you know. But that's a different story because it was still my fault. But either way. So I slam on brakes. And I'm like panicking because this is like my first like real like, what do you do situation. Like, you know, you got to take Joshua's law and all that stuff, and they tell you, you know, if this happens, do this, if this happens, let go of the brakes. So but I'm at this point, I'm panicked, so I just like hold on the brakes like type stuff. My car wasn't stopping. Like, it did not stop. It didn't stop at all. So it kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of like hydroplaned and it hit Brian, and it like, I honestly don't know. I think it like swirled around and swirled to the other side of the street, because when I opened my eyes, I was like, and when I opened my eyes, I was on the other side of the street, and I was literally, I remember holding onto the wheel like, and then my ex came running over to my car because his car was on the other side of the street. So he came running over to my car, and he was like, because my car was, my car was smoking and all this stuff, and rain was coming down. And so I was literally just like this, like holding onto the car. And so he came over and he opened my door. He was like, Anisha, like, get out the car. Like, what is wrong with you? I got out the car because I'm in a state of shock at this point. And as soon as I got out the car, I immediately started crying. Like, I just start bawling, like, oh my gosh, I hit your car. He's like, call your mom. I already called the cops. I was like, I don't want to call her because she doesn't even know, blah, blah, blah. He's like, Anisha, just call your mom. And so I had to call my mother. I feel like to this day she still, because it's too much of a coincidence. I feel like to this day she let me off the hook, but I feel like she still knew, which is why I'm not too afraid to tell the story, because I feel like deep down in her heart she knew anyway. So I called my mom and I was like, you know, Mom, I just got into a car accident. First thing she said was, are you okay? I said, yes, I'm fine. And then she was like, okay, where are you? So I told her, and then she was like, okay, is the other person okay? And then I was just like, yeah, he's fine. And I was like, well, yeah, he's fine. I said something like, you know, guess who it was? Or like, guess who I got in a car accident with? And she was like, who? And I was like, Brian. And she was like, it was like kind of like silent on the phone. She was like, okay. And then she was like, where exactly are you? And so when she got there, you know how you can like tell your mama like upset? Not even upset, but just like, you were like, I feel like she knew I lied, but I feel like she let me off the hook because, for one, that was my first car accident. Two, my mom was always the type of person to, if her child tells her something, she's gonna believe you. Like, she's just gonna believe you. She's gonna believe her child before she believe anybody else, which I love that about her. But in this instance, I was lying. And like I said, the first time I lied to my mom about where I was going, the first and last time. Since then, I ain't never lied, because I'm like, what if I get in a car accident? And so that was the first and last time I ever lied to her about where I was going. And I didn't even get to go there. That's the thing, I didn't even get to go. So yeah, she pulled up and she kind of seemed like a little like eerie about the whole situation. They helped me get everything out the car and stuff like that. The tow truck came. Mind you guys, my car is like completely totaled. Like, I can't use it. I rear-ended my ex. So like the front of my car is like smushed, literally. I'm like an emotional wreck. I just got in a car accident with my ex. I lied to my mother, and I don't have a car anymore. And so I'm worried about my car. I'm like, can I get another car? Like, what's gonna happen? And she's like, well, the car is totaled, and you guys, I only had liability. So liability is where it covers his car, but it doesn't cover my car. My car is just done for. So I was really sad, but we went to the hospital, and you know, the doctor said I was fine. He said I might feel a little bit pain tomorrow, because when you get a car accident, normally it's like a shock, so you don't feel pain that day, but you might wake up the next day and feel some pain. So that's what happened. And my mom till this day never has doubted me about me going to my best, not to my face anyway. She's never doubted me about me going to my best friend's house at the time or anything like that. Me and my ex we still laugh about it to this day. I'd be like, you remember when like I got in a car accident with you? Like, I got in a car accident with my ex, you guys. Like, I know at the time we were like trying to get back on the right page, but at the time, like, he was legit still my ex. We weren't in a relationship. So it's just really weird. And then when I tell people about my first car accident, they be like, oh wow, was the person mad? And I'm like, oh, it was my ex. And they're like, I'm like, yeah. They're like, you're really that mad at him? You like, you tried to kill him? No, like, it's just, I don't know. That's really the story. It's a quick little, short little story time. Moral of the story is, don't lie to your mother. If your ex asks you to go somewhere with him, just don't go. And to this day, I have like a phobia almost of driving in the rain. Like, I hate driving in rain. I'm like, my car may hydroplane and I might rear end somebody, and I just hate it. And I think a lot of people have that, like, if something traumatic happens in your life, whatever the conditions were when that happened, it's just like, I don't want anything to do with it. So yeah, that's just kind of how I am. But I figured I'd tell you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. And guess what? Join the crew and make it do what it do. Okay, join the crew and make it do what it do. Okay, I'll be back with another one on Saturday. And for now, I'll see you guys later. Adios, muchachas.
I like to cha-cha in a Latin bar, yeah, with a